This is CJ Baker. This is the ongoing history of protest music. So, as previously mentioned, I'm part of a music community called Taste Like Music, where we engage in different deep dives. So, different deep dives in connection with both peers and artists. So, recently, I did a deep dive in connection with Prince. So that included listening to all his studio albums and ranking them from worst to best. So I was considering possibly doing a video, but I'm not sure I will because in order to do that album ranking, I'm gonna have to re-listen to some of the albums and take a few more notes. So in all likelihood, I probably won't. But here's what I will do. If you do want to see me make that album making video, feel free to leave a comment. And if this video happens to get 1,000 views and if I hit 100 subscribers, here's the deal. I'll make the Prince album making video. But because this YouTube channel and my website, Ongoing History of ProtestSongs.com, because the main focus is protest music, I thought what I would do today is focus on 10 Prince protest songs. It is good to note that this is based on an article written for my website. And the article on the website, once again, ongoing history of protestsongs.com, that actually featured 15 protest songs. Just for the sake of keeping this video to a reasonable length, I decided to focus on 10. So even though Prince wasn't widely viewed as an explicitly political artist, he was definitely socially conscious. And in connection with this, he engaged in what you could say, describe as under the radar activism. Like, for example, he demonstrated his support for the Black Lives Matter movement. Part of the way he did this is by donating to the families of victims, such as Trayvon Martin and Eric Gardner. And additionally, he helped fund initiatives such as the Yes We Called and Green for All. So these were efforts aimed to empower low-income Black youth in technology and to also create job opportunities to alleviate poverty. And then when you also think of France, it wasn't just this activism that sometimes went under the radar. He also expressed this social awareness through his music. You can even, in connection with this, think of names of his band. So Prince and the Revolution or Prince and the New Power Generation. So both those band names carry the connotation of standing up to the powers that be. So keeping that in mind, we're going to focus on a sampling of 10 of his protest songs, which we presented in chronological order. So the first song is Party Up, which was released in 1980. So this revolutionary rock and roll anthem is off of Prince's third album, Dirty Mind. So the lyrics contain a potent anti-war, anti-draft message. So for example, it includes powerful lines such as, "How you gonna make me kill somebody I don't even know?" And the other line, "Is it fair to kill the youth?" But the song ends with Prince defiantly repeating, "You're gonna have to fight your own damn war because we don't want to fight no more." And another thing, like this song is the first of several where Prince, one, focuses on the threat of nuclear war during Reagan's presidency when the Cold War was taking place. This is also one of several songs where Prince basically promotes the idea of dancing as an act of defiance. So the next song on the list is Sexuality, which was released in 1981. So this track's from his fourth album, Controversy. And you could argue that Controversy is a protest album. And there was actually two more other songs off the album that made my 15 song list. So once again, to check that out, check out ongoing history of protestsongs.com. I keep shamelessly plugging. But on this track, Prince challenges societal stigmas about sexuality and gender. Lyrics also reject segregation and racial divisions with the statement, we don't need no segregation, we don't need no race. And he proclaims sexuality is all we ever need. So the next song is 1999, which was released in 1982. Of course, this is regarded as one of Prince's most iconic tracks, and it's the title track of the album of the same name. And this is another song that was released during Ronald Reagan's presidency that reflected Prince's concern about nuclear war between the United States and the Soviet Union. So in the song, Prince describes a scene where people are defiantly partying in the face of possible nuclear apocalypse. So that's some similarities to the song we previously discussed, Party Up. So these feelings are conveyed with the lyrics. War is all around us. My mind says prepare to fight. But if I gotta die, I'm gonna listen to my body tonight. And there's also an alternate 12-inch full-length version of the tune, which concludes with the thrice repeated question, Mommy, why does everybody have a bomb? So the next song was released in 1985. It's America. So this is from the album Around the World in a Day. So the lyrics of this tune vividly capture the disparities between the rich and the poor. And the chorus also draws inspiration from America Beautiful. And this is also another tune that touches on the pervasive fear of nuclear weapons during the Cold War era. So that's one thing Prince definitely did a good job articulating the Cold War angst that many were feeling during that time period. So the next song is Sign of the Times, released in 1987. So this is the title track from the classic album of the same name. And the tune relates the story of characters who experienced the adverse impact of the war on drugs and drug addiction. It also includes poignant lyrics like Sister killed her baby because she couldn't afford to feed it, and we're sending people to the moon. So once again, Prince also expresses the threat of nuclear war. So in the song, he asks the question, if a night falls and a bomb falls, will anybody see the dawn? So the next song is Dance On, which was released in 1988. So this tune is from his album Love Sexy and includes powerful lyrics. Grenade launcher rose in the television sky. Tell me how many young brothers must die. So the song portrays impoverished characters making a living through violence and living under the shadow of nuclear proliferation. So despite grimness, Prince, we basically say, goes back to the well, he encourages everyone to continue dancing despite adversity. So the next song is We March, released in 1995. So this tune is from the album The Gold Experience. And this is possibly Prince's most politically explicit tune, or at least one of them. So the song explores themes of liberation and breaking free from societal constraints. It contains provocative lyrics such as, if this is the same avenue my ancestors fought to liberate, how come I can't buy a piece of it even if my credit's straight? And the song also goes on to address other important issues, such as the contamination of drinking water and the degradation of women. Next song is The Avalanche, released in 2002. This is from the album One Night Alone. And this potentially is Prince's most politically controversial tune. So the provocative lyrics refers to Abraham Lincoln as a racist, suggests that the 13th Amendment was the only thing preventing blacks from being born into slavery. So he basically is arguing that Lincoln wasn't in favor of setting people free. Additionally, the song also explores other historical atrocities. For example, it references the Wounded Knee Massacre. So it highlights the lack of governmental accountability for the atrocity against Native Americans. So Prince, he vividly portrays the avalanche as a metaphor for the weight of responsibility coming down the mountain and landing upon those in power. So the next song is Act of God, released in 2010. So this tune is featured on his album 2010. And I'm gonna be honest, this particular album, when I did my album ranking of the 40 studio albums that Prince released, this was actually my least favorite album. But the album itself, it's not very good. I didn't like it. But this song is basically the highlight of the album, and it's a powerful protest tune that addresses banks, financial institutions. The Prince vividly critiques a dirty fat banker who evicts a family from their home due to unpaid taxes. And that corrupt banker, he basically labels it as an act of God. The Prince also questions the allocation of tax dollars for military purposes, suggestion that they are used under the false pretenses of ensuring safety. And the last song featured in this video is Baltimore, released in 2015. So this is a single from his last album before his sad passing, Hit and Run, Phase 2. And this tune addressed the murder of Freddie Gray by Baltimore cops. So in the tune, he sings, peace is more than the absence of war. He also goes on to address rampant gun violence, and the tune also features the chant, if there ain't no justice, then there ain't no peace. So this tune's an example of how Prince supported the Black Lives Matter movement. He spoke out against police violence. So this concludes the list of the 10 best Prince protest songs. So what protest songs of Prince do you personally like and connect to, feel free to protest the list. So if you want to see me continue, make these videos, like and subscribe. You can also feel free to check out my Patreon, Ongoing History of Protest Music. And we'll do another shameless plug. Feel free to check out my website, Ongoing History of Protest Songs.com. Thanks for watching, and please stay safe.